Hi you guys! So I know this background looks way different, and that is because I'm in my new office in my new house. Weirdly enough, my new house is the exact same design as my old house. It's in the same neighborhood and everything. It is a rental, and we just swapped houses. So literally the exact same layout. The only thing different is that instead of linoleum in the kitchen and bathrooms and carpet in the dining room, so that in the dining room, the kitchen, and the bathrooms, we have like a wood look vinyl. Like it's a wood vinyl floor. So it's basically a wooden floor, but it's waterproof. So it's actually really, really nice, and I really like it. And then the only thing different really is the backyard. Everything else is pretty much identical. So I'm still getting set up. I knew I wanted to change a lot of things in this house compared to our last one. So of course my filming background is different. I've got my computer, still have my bookcases because they're my favorite. And I still have basically the exact same things in this room that I did in the old one, just a very different layout. And if you keep hearing weird noises, that's because the baby is wanting to be very, very loud and make noises because I'm filming and not paying attention to him. But anyway, this is the very first video I'm filming in the new house. That kind of explains why I've been gone so much. I did warn you guys that I was moving and that we're going to be really busy, but I didn't quite realize how busy everything would get because my daughter managed to break a growth plate in her ankle on her third day at her new school. So yeah, she fell off the pull-up bar and we had to go and get her put in a cast yesterday and all kinds of fun stuff. It's just been one thing after another, guys. But anyway, I'm so excited to sit down and finally be able to do my makeup. And today I'm just kind of playing around with things. I have a bunch of stuff in front of me. I kind of have a rough plan with what I want to do, but not an exact plan, so we will see how things go. I'm going to start by priming, and I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is the pore minimizing one. So yeah, things have been absolutely crazy around here. Not to mention, if I sound a little stuffy, my kids brought home a cold as well. So yay, public school. I'm actually really happy to have them there though. It's a good school and they're really enjoying it. It's just way more issues the first week than I ever expected. For foundation today, I'm going into my Maybelline Dream Cushion. I use the shade 20, Classic Ivory. And I know when I first tried this out, I thought the color was fairly off. It definitely is more yellow than the Dream Velvet. But I actually really, really like this color now that I'm getting used to it. I think it actually blends in really, really well with my skin, and it actually looks less yellow as the day goes on. Don't pay a whole lot of attention to my skin right now. I've been having some major breakout issues because of the high level of stress I've been under trying to get everything sorted and organized. So yeah, my face is just not happy. But I don't want to wear super high coverage foundation and like block everything out today. I want more of just a light, comfortable feel. So I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Light. And I'm just dotting this under my eyes. I don't want like a ton of coverage today. It's actually like freezing cold out right now, which is weird. Our weather, I know I talk about the weather, but I live in Ohio. The weather is like different every single day. But yesterday it was beautiful and 58, and today it's like 35 is the high, and it's freezing cold out. Thankfully it's sunny, but this should be the last super cold day we have, hopefully. Oh, I wanted to show you guys, I am using the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge today. I just picked this up about a week and a half ago, I think, and I really like it so far. I actually want to do a video just on this sponge. I got it in a 2-pack. And I picked this up because my beauty blender, this is my dry beauty blender, and this is the Miracle Sponge. I know they're both filthy, sorry guys. This one started getting tears in it, finally. I treated it very, very nicely, so it lasted a long time, but I'm really liking this sponge so far, so I want to do a whole video reviewing this, comparing it to the beauty blender, and letting you guys know what I think. I just want to use it about, at least for about 2 weeks total, and then wash it. I want to see how it handles washing as well before I review it. But this blends everything in like insanely fast. Alright, yay for concealer. So next I'm using my NYX HD finishing powder, the banana powder, which is my favorite. You guys know I use this all the time. And the sponge, and I'm just very lightly powdering where things are going to crease. And this little baby is being a stinker and making so much noise, and you cannot edit out baby squeal sounds on Final Cut. You can edit out like dull background noise, like trains or like your air conditioner or furnace, or like the buzz that lights make. Baby sounds, Yeah, I know. Alright, now I'm going to do a bit of contouring with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This is a sample I got in like my Sephora Play box, and this thing has lasted forever. If you want to try this and can get your hands on a sample, this thing has lasted like longer than most of my drugstore contours. I'm a little bit heavy there, so I have to blend it in really well. Now just a little bit up here. And I'm going to put just a tiny, tiny bit on my nose today. Normally, I don't contour my nose, but I'm feeling sick and feeling crappy, so you know what? Why not? And I'm just squeezing my contour brush to turn it into a slightly thinner, flatter tip. And I just do that because it's fast and easy. And then blend it out. There we go. I don't like a super, super sharp nose contour at all. In fact, I tend to avoid super sharp contouring just because I already have fairly defined bones in my face. So part of the reason why I have so many forehead wrinkles is I don't have a lot of fat in my face in general. So I like to kind of go a little bit gentle on the contour, because if I go super sharp on it, I start looking a little skull-like, and that's not cute. For blush today, I'm grabbing my CoverGirl True Blend blush in the shade Light Rose. There it is. Oh, and I know someone asked in one of my previous videos. I am going to answer your comments in the comments as well. But I want to mention my blush brush is the Real Techniques blush brush, and I love this one. It's nice and fluffy, but it has a nice rounded tip too. So you can kind of pinpoint where you want the blush, or you can get it really really feathered out. And for highlight, I'm just grabbing my Essence So Glow in Bright Up Your Life. It's a pink toned highlighter. And I just apply this with my fingers. Go ahead and completely ignore my nails because they are trashed. When we moved in here, the place was supposed to be like spotlessly cleaned. It was not, and whoever lived here before loved cooking high-fat foods. And the cabinets were absolutely coated with grease. So I had to scrub all the cabinets down, and it took me like 4 days to scrub down all the cabinets in the kitchens. And oh my gosh, kitchens. There isn't more than one kitchen. It was terrible, and it trashed my nails in my hands. But they're clean now. Yay. tiny bit on here. Alright, so now I'm moving on to my eyebrows. Normally I do them before I do a tutorial, but we're just kind of playing around today. So I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow in Blonde and my Wet n Wild brush. This is a super, super fine tip brush. I really, really like this one. And as you guys can see, I'm like at the very bottom of this. I barely have anything left and it's starting to dry out. So I really need to get another one of these. I've probably tried like 8 bajillion brow products by this point, but this is still my absolute favorite thing for my particular eyebrows because they are so fine and so thin and so pretty much non-existent that I have to basically draw them in. I mean, I have a light guide and a little bit of hair in the front, and I'm getting more through here, which is actually really nice. I don't know if it's because of just natural aging or my body chemistry is changing, or if, you know, I'm eating a more balanced diet. Mind you, my balanced diet still includes nachos on a regular basis, but I occasionally get more vitamins than I used to. But I don't know, but I like it. It's making me happy. But still, the dip brow is one of the best things for doing a brow really, really quick. And it's one of the best things I found for that area right up here where I have like no hair at all. Alright, so it only took me about 3 minutes total to do both brows, which is really, really good. I am going to top those with the Clear Brow Gel, also by Anastasia, just to make sure they don't decide to go anywhere today because I have a very, very busy afternoon. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit. Alright, so for my eyes today, I'm using my Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. Alright, now that my eyes are primed, I'm actually taking the bronzer I used and just a nice fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this as my crease color. When you're working with a palette that doesn't have a good neutral or warm crease color in it, and you don't want to take a second palette with you or an extra loose shadow, you can almost always use your bronzer with a very light hand. And I found that it's really, really helpful, especially if you're like trying to grab makeup in a rush out the door, or you're trying to do your makeup in the car while someone else is driving. And sorry, I've seen way too many girls get into accidents trying to do things like put on mascara while driving. Please don't be dumb and do that. So I just really like using this as a nice neutral crease shade. Alright, so the main palette I'm using today is my NYX Ultimate Brights palette. You guys know I'm obsessed with this one. And I'm going to be using these two shades right here. You know I love teal, so that's what I'm in the mood for today. I'm taking a nice big fluffy brush and the super bright teal shade. And I'm just taking this from the outer corner and blending in. We're kind of doing a halo effect today because I haven't done one in a really long time, and I love how pretty a halo looks. And then I'm doing the exact same thing on my inner corner, bringing it to the middle of my eye. I'm also making sure I get plenty of teal in that crease as well. Just blending it into the contour color. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush, and I like more of a flat packing brush for this, and I'm going in with this deeper teal. This is the one that has more of a satiny finish to it. It looks like a shimmer, but the finish is much more of a satin. And I'm just popping this on my outer and inner corners. and just dusting it very lightly in the crease. You don't want a whole ton up in there, but just a little bit. Now for the serum, I am going in with my NYX Prismatic eyeshadow in the shade Girl Talk. I'm starting to lose my voice. I don't know if you guys can hear it. And I'm just grabbing a flat shadow brush for this. This is one of my favorite center eyeshadows for halo looks because it's very, very neutral and it blends in with other shadows so pretty. So I'm just going to use my finger to blend this out a little bit. I've noticed that if I try and blend this out with a brush, too much of the pigment will shift outside of that center line and it will kind of become a big old muddy mess. So I just like taking my ring finger and blending that out a bit. And then I go back in with a brush and retouch up that center to make sure it's just as bright as possible. And I'm going to take the same shade and pop a tiny bit underneath my brow and for an inner corner highlight. Underneath my eye, I'm just taking a flat shadow brush, or a flat liner brush, not a shadow brush, going back in with my contour and popping this underneath my eye as well. Now, you can go in with a blue underneath your eye as well, and it looks beautiful. But with how pale I am right now, I didn't want to overdo blue underneath my eye and end up looking a little bit just more drawn and sick than I already am. So going in with that contour color adds more shape under your eye and helps it look more finished without adding in those blue tones that are going to make you look more tired and more worn if you're not already feeling good. But definitely go in with the blue if you have a deeper skin tone than I do, you're more tan. All right, so I think my camera might have cut out while I was doing this eye, so I'm going to go ahead and work on this one. All right, so today is apparently just not a day for even eyeliner. Guys, I've been trying to film this video I started at 10 o'clock and it's after noon now. So I've been trying to film this video for you guys for 2 hours. Oh my gosh, just issue after issue today. So, I mean, nothing bad, just things that need handled or people that need talked to and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get this makeup wrapped up because I need to get going and I've got to get this edited for you guys. So I'm going to curl my lashes. And for mascara today, I'm using my Maybelline The Rocket Volume Express Waterproof because I want this curl to stay as long as it can. And for my lips today, I'm using my Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Driver's Seat. And here's the finished look. I hope you guys like this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful and really it was more of a kind of play with makeup with me more than a tutorial. So I hope you guys had fun. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. I'm pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!